My legs were trembling. I pressed all 8 of them against the white, polished surface with all my might, but there was no friction. This world was white, cold, and merciless. Moments ago I was on the ceiling where the web still smelled of home, but a foolish slip had cast me into this hellish pit. My breath was coming in short gasps. I looked up at the steep slope. Its height might be nothing to those giants, but for me it was the equivalent of scaling an ice mountain. I whispered to myself, "It can't end here. They are waiting. The eggs. That safe corner behind the mirror. I must go back." I lunged again. My front leg caught an invisible ridge. I pulled myself up a little. Hope sprouted in my heart. Yes, just a little more. But suddenly my claw slipped. I slid back down to the bottom of the pit, dangerously close to that terrifying metal hole. I was exhausted, hungry, and terrified. I was devising a new plan when suddenly the ground beneath my feet shook. A massive shadow fell over my head. Absolute darkness. The giant had arrived. My heart was pounding out of my chest. "Don't see me. Please don't see me. I just want to go home." I curled myself up to look like a speck of dust, but the giant's eyes locked onto me. I heard a roar, the sound of metal clashing against metal, and then the sky split open. The flood began. Not rain, but a wall of clear, raging water. I screamed, but my voice was lost in the roar of the water. I tried to run, but the current struck my back like a whip. My legs were torn from the surface. I was spinning. The world spun around my head. "No, no, I am still alive." I was dragged toward the metal hole. It was like a black hole swallowing everything. I clawed at the metal bars of the entrance, but the water pressure was merciless. The last image I saw was the white light above my head, getting farther and farther away. And then, darkness, falling, suffocation. I was suspended in dark pipes. The water slammed me against the walls. My breath was held tight. Do they not see me anymore? My body was battered. Just when I thought my lungs would burst and it was all over, a blinding light appeared at the end of the tunnel. I was thrown out with force and landed on something soft and damp. The smell of soil, the smell of rotting leaves, the smell of life. Coughing, I stood up. One of my legs was limping, but I was alive. I looked around. This wasn't home, but it wasn't the end either. I moved toward the stem of a flower. It was a long way, but I was still walking.
Exhaustion was dripping off me. I had been dealing with files and phone calls all day, and now the only thing I wanted was to wash my face and have a hot cup of tea. I walked into the bathroom. The white light of the bulb stung my eyes. I stood in front of the mirror and looked at my tired reflection. As I reached to turn on the faucet, my eyes fell on something inside the sink. A black spot. I frowned. Oh no, another spider! My body shuddered involuntarily. I didn't hate these creatures, but seeing them in the cleanest place in the house felt disgusting. Its long, hairy legs were moving on the white ceramic. It was trying to climb up. I thought to myself, I don't have time to grab a tissue and take you outside right now. Besides, you might jump on me. The decision was made in a split second. The easiest solution. I reached out and turned the lever faucet. Water shot out with pressure. I watched as it struggled. It seemed to be fighting the current. It resisted for a moment, but the water pressure was too great. With a quick swirl, it disappeared down the sink drain. I turned off the tap. The sink was white and clean again, as if nothing had ever been there. I washed my hands, grabbed the towel, and walked out of the bathroom. My thoughts immediately shifted to tomorrow's shopping list. Must not forget milk and eggs. And that was it. That life and death struggle didn't even become a memory for me.